Darth Maul is my favourite Star Wars character. That's saying something, as there's plenty of great characters in the franchise. Probably too many to list in a short video. Darth Maul was introduced in The Phantom Menace, where he's criminally underused. I was instantly drawn to the character when I saw the movie as a child. It may have been because of his cool character design, but also the character was intriguing and different to most other villains in the franchise, at least up to that point. So imagine how disappointed I was when he was killed off in the very same movie he was introduced in. Likely because he was never intended to be a returning character and was just a plot point to get Obi-Wan to be the mentor of Anakin. If he hadn't had any other content, he might have not appeared ever again. If we got any mainline Star Wars content 10 or more years later to begin with. As before the prequels, the main way the franchise worked was that you got one trilogy every 10 years or so, and maybe some other content, but it didn't really have much to do with the main storyline usually. If it had worked on that basic procedure, he may have disappeared into obscurity. But years later, 4 seasons into the Clone Wars spin-off, he made his triumphant return. To paraphrase The Rise of Skywalker, somehow Darth Maul returned. He was back as a fairly major force during the Clone Wars, cementing his place as a key Star Wars character, and not just a one-off character that people would forget. Words can't explain how psyched I was to find out Darth Maul wasn't a one-off character anymore. His popularity would continue to grow, appearing in more spin-off media including some excellent comics, the Solo spin-off movie, and most recently the Maul Shadow Lord cartoon. I for one are happy that he didn't just go into the "oh yeah, that guy appeared in one of the movies" category of Star Wars characters. Don't get me wrong, as much as I like Christopher Lee, his Count Dooku was always less interesting to me. As a character, he didn't seem to have as much complexity to him as Darth Maul, and was really just there to fill in the role before Darth Vader eventually became a Sith. Also, why did they never have him interact with Tarkin, considering in real life him and Peter Cushing were good friends and it would have been a nice nod to their friendship? Maybe they did and it just wasn't very memorable to me? I don't know. Nonetheless, it still mystifies me they didn't use Darth Maul as Vader's predecessor instead of Count Dooku. For Darth Maul's appearance alone, it would have been an interesting character to be the main sub-villain in the prequel trilogy. But thankfully, the spin-off material that featured him stopped him from going into obscurity, and instead he became a well-respected and loved character. And it's good it happened that way. The character has only gotten better over time, and I hope Darth Maul exists in the franchise for many years to come. So whether your favourite appearance of Darth Maul is in the Phantom Menace, the Clone Wars, the very small cameo at the end of Solo, or his own series, Darth Maul Shadow Lord, fans of Darth Maul are doing very good content-wise at the moment. And I think as long as people still express their love for Darth Maul, he's going to keep returning, even if they have to keep bringing him back from the dead every time he gets killed off. Also, he's probably got the coolest, if not one of the coolest, lightsabers in the whole franchise.